The ISIS was eradicated by placing a world record. That is commendable. But what is happening now? The people affected by the terror attacks, the industries have collapsed, and the people are struggling. But proposals have been presented to import more bulletproof vehicles, and massive tenders have also been presented to purchase electricity. Chaturanga, what are your thoughts on this?
Yes, Sandru. Now, what has happened is the Prime Minister, Ranil Wickremesinghe, has made a statement that beating or removing the ISIS from our country within a month is a world record. Now, while this is a statement made by the Prime Minister, the problem is not that. The problem is that everyone who is watching our bulletin, everyone living in Sri Lanka understands the hardships that the people have to face as a result of the current situation in the country. Economically, this situation has increased the burden on the people further, and from time to time, politicians have come forward and expressed that sentiment and said that the April 21st attacks has had a negative impact on the country and the country's economy. Now, when you take a look at the statements made by the politicians who are coming before the media, coming before the general public and making these statements, while they make these statements, we should also question whether they themselves, the people who come and advise us, basically tell us what is going on, have they reduced the luxuries that they enjoyed? Have they reduced the fact that supplementary estimates are still coming forward to purchase bulletproof vehicles? Have they reduced the luxuries that they enjoy is the question that we have to raise at this moment. Now, from time to time, we know the difficulties that people in various sectors are facing as a result of what happened in our country in April. Now, while this is the situation before the April 21st attacks, we have to remember that that several categories of industries in our country were performing absolutely well, especially the tourism industry. They were performing absolutely well when it came to this juncture where the April 21st attacks happened. One could say that they were at their peak at that moment. Now, they also, after the April 21st attacks, are facing the hardships that the other people are also facing, but to a bigger extent, because almost everyone involved in the tourism industry are facing this hardship. The tourism industry created direct and indirect job opportunities to a lot of people across the island, and as I said, they were doing well. But after this incident, they are now in trouble. But the politicians continue, while the politicians continue to make political statements, they should also look into the problems faced by these people. This is a report that we filed regarding one such problem.
The Minister of Finance and the Central Bank constantly made announcements about an introduction of a relief package as a solution to the setback created due to the April 21st attacks. Amongst the range of reliefs provided, a moratorium was introduced for the tourism sector, institutions and individuals in the trade. The moratorium, which was introduced under the Central Bank, will be in effect until 31st March 2020 for both capital and interest payments granted to the tourism sector as of 18th April 2019. However, those who are in the tourism industry say that the moratorium is yet to be implemented.
What did they do after they called? They gave us only the wrapping of a toffee without the toffee. After that, they promised a prompt solution and sent us off. We met the Prime Minister, President and the opposition leader. They only wasted our time.
However, when inquired, the Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Indrajit Kumaraswamy, said the relevant circulars have been issued to the banks and financial institutions. The Governor also added that it was only 2 weeks ago he met with the heads of banks and financial institutions.
There is no guidelines which are being given to the banks yet by necessary authorities, right? How to lend, for example, at what rate to lend, right? And what is the repayment period, and what are the, so those are not being, so what happens is all the tourism companies, which can be a hotel or to operate or anyone, they always go and consult the respective bank managers, and they said they have not received any guidelines pertaining to this.
Tourism industrialists say that it is of paramount importance to take steps to lift the travel bans imposed on Sri Lanka. The bans imposed on Sri Lanka following the April 21st terror attacks have not yet been lifted. Countries like India, the United Kingdom, Australia, France, the United States of America, Netherlands, Canada, Japan, Italy, Sweden, Singapore, Denmark, South Korea, Austria, Czech Republic, Belgium, Slovakia and the United Arab Emirates have informed tourists to avoid avoid non-essential travel to Sri Lanka. Russia, from where a considerable amount of tourists arrive in the country, still has the travel ban imposed on Sri Lanka.
This is a major barrier for us. This has to be softened as much as we are satisfied and the foreign tour operators are satisfied to promote Sri Lanka as a destination in the near future. Softening has certain categories in their respective countries. Those categories should come to a satisfactory level where the foreign operators can issue their insurances to respective travelers to visit Sri Lanka. So that is very important as a destination to moving forward.